Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's ELLIOTTWAVE Forex and Cryptocurrency Market Analysis webinar. I hope you all had a great week. As usual, what we do here is we look at how we forecasted the market in the previous week, how the market played out, and the outlook going into the new week. Before we get started, just check out our website, trading-waves.com, for our chart of the week. If you go to our website and then you go over the chart of the week, you will have access to the charts that we post for free on our website. Just check those out. We currently have the pound US dollar chart that we posted on the 19th of March that has been playing out pretty well. That's free money, free chart that we've posted. We currently have pushed to around this level, but more as to where we expect the move to go in the next coming week as we start in a bit. So just check out our chart of the week. So this is the website, and for our members, they've got access to all the resources, over 50 charts that we update on a daily basis. We update those charts 2 times every day, before the London session and during the New York session. That means our members are always informed and have got the charts ready before the start of the main trading sessions. And if you'd like to contact us, you can do so by going to our channel on YouTube, Trading Waves, and you can click under any of our videos. Under the description, you are going to find our contact details. Just go down to click show more there. You'll find our contact details. Those are our 2 mobile numbers, as well as the links to our social media pages. Trading View, that's where you can follow us, and then the website is already indicated, as well as our 2 social media pages, Twitter as well as Facebook, where we post up these charts every single day. You can check it out there. If you'd like to contact us and you would like to know more about our services, it's all on our website. Now, let's go straight into it. I'm not going to waste time this week. I'm just going to straight into the analysis and compare to what we had said last week. So what did we see last week? I'm going to start with the Euro US dollar as well as the dollar index. Let's start with Euro US dollar. What did we see yesterday, last week? We saw the euro doing this structure. Let's just clear this. I'm on the daily chart here. Let's remove that. So what we saw last week was this. We're seeing this structure. It has already made 1, 2, 3 deals on the daily. And what we were seeing last week, we were seeing a structure like this, 1, 2, 3 on the euro. And there was likelihood that these can make a structure like this, another 3 waves down before we get a move to the upside. It is likely that we can get this leg down this week, but the dollar seems to be a bit weak this week, so which means what you could get is this one just pushing up. Even if you just push up to this level, it will just break this top and still come down. That will not have any impact on the structure. It will just mean that this is going to be now a regular flat. Whether we come back down here with 5 waves or it's 3 waves, doesn't really matter. We can eventually have our regular flat and get a move like this. So the question is whether we're going to continue dropping from where we are currently to build this structure, or we can come and break the top here before coming down. Either way, that's what we're expecting. On the euro, the DXY is the same. So now with the DXY, do we now go and reverse here and get a structure like this? So let's just have a look here. So this is the DXY. So just like the euro, we said the euro can continue to push to the upside. So that means the inverse should be happening on the DXY to come and break this low here. Remember, we said the euro to break the top, so the DXY can also come back here with 5 or 3 waves to come and make a regular flat as well. The same thing that we're expecting with the euro before continuation to the move to the downside. So that's how we're monitoring the two. So the question is, do we get this move to the upside right now to make this structure, or do we get down here to break the low first? So that's what we're going to be waiting for to see confirm in the coming week. Pound US dollar, we've just spoken about. Pound US dollar, we gave you this move from around this level you saw on the website. So we've already made a 200 pip move to this level here. We went up as far as 250. Now the question is, with the pound US dollar on the daily, do we now start making a continuation to the upside as forecasted, Or could we get a structure like this? It could be interesting to get a structure like this. I'm going to remove this and show you this structure. There's a possibility of this. We have not broken the top. It is not a requirement that we must break the top. It just is more probable when it does break the top. So what we'll have here is the pound could be forming this structure here with a complex B correction. I'm going to show this complex B correction here in 3, 3, and a 3. Possibility of this to come break the top as well before coming down with a move to the downside. And then we get that structure that we've been focusing on the weekly chart. So either we're going to get one more down first, or this can just continue. If it continues, that simply means, I'm going to switch this off. That simply means that our regular flat is this one and has completed, and we start continuing to see a move to the upside. So much still to confirm in this week. So sit on your hands and wait for those confirmations. So on the 4 hour, it looks pretty much something like this. And if you look here, we've got some divergence with this move here. So you can see here, we're making these highs. We're making what looks like a ending diagonal there, and we're seeing this divergence. Remember, divergence is a leading indicator, but it will not tell you exactly where it will reverse. This needs to confirm. So as we're making a move to the upside, the RSI, and I'm only looking at the RSI, guys. So that's what I'm looking at, that even if we get another leg up higher, this should eventually come and make that pullback on the pound. Okay, I'm on the 4 hour here on US dollar CAD. Let's have a look at US dollar CAD. So US dollar CAD, we spoke about this structure. It's playing out. Go to last week's video. We said this is making this structure a complex B correction on the US dollar CAD. 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down. So if you see a pullback here, it will be just that, a pullback, or it can come down in 5 waves to build this structure before we resume and move to the upside. That would have given us a clear WXY corrective structure for a continuation to the upside. That is US dollar CAD, and that's how we're looking at the US dollar pairs. All right, so we're looking at US dollar chief. It has not moved much from last week. US dollar chief were around here. It has just come here and done the structure here. So we still can possibly be sideways with the US dollar chief going into the new week. So we could have a structure like that before we get a move to the downside. Where does that come from? So remember what we have here. We started with this move here. With this move here. I hope you can see this clearly. I wish I had used a different color here. Let's see if I can use a different color here. Different color here internally. Let me use a different color so you can see the difference between that purple and the internal one here. So this will be the structure here. This will be the structure here. I should actually use the yellow here as well. And then you've got that. All right, so that is your yellow structure. Your yellow structure is your A, is your B, and is your C in yellow there. And you've got your ABC in ABC here, ABC here, as you can see. All right, so that is what you have here on the euro. All right, so let's have a look here. Okay, so that's what we've got here on US dollar chief. Let's go to Audi. Right, so let's go to Audi US dollar. Audi US dollar. I'm on the daily chart, and you can see it's building up a corrective structure. And this corrective structure is not ready to go as yet. This is the corrective structure. We had a move here up in 5 waves. We're coming back with this move. So this is going to be a corrective structure. It is not complete. We're still waiting for this one to confirm here. We can get another move to the upside here before we come down. I'm going to go to the lower time frame here. Let's just have a look at this on the 4 hour at least, so we can see what's going on here. Right, so yesterday, or I'll keep saying yesterday, last week with you guys, what we looked at here was this corrective structure here, and that Audi US dollar could be building this 3-way structure. We can have this one playing out like that. Now, if you look here, you've got 3 waves here, you've got 3 waves there. You could be having the same thing here with 1, 2. We get one more move here. that will give you a WXY corrective structure. Guys, if you don't understand what a WXY corrective structure means and how you can benefit from that, check out our video. I've put it on the description, how to trade WXY or WXYXZ like a pro. Check that video out on our channel. You can search it out there. It will change your life. And you want more details on that and how we execute that with all the fib levels, you can take the course on our website. This is a very powerful way to trade the Elliott wave theory. Okay, so we'll be looking at this one here, and you will likely going to have a blue box here in this area. And when you get a blue box in this area, we'll be dropping here for many, many pips to the downside, and take advantage of this downtrend that you're seeing here on Audi US dollar. Same thing on New Zealand US dollar. This has also made a structure like this. It is not complete as well. As you can see, we've got that running flat there. It's a move up, running flat, and we're expecting this one to complete this structure possibly in the coming week before we get the move to the downside. Let's keep an eye. Let's watch that US dollar ZAR. It will obviously follow what US dollar CAD is doing. What we are seeing here is that you've got this expanding flat on US dollar ZAR that is playing out like that. So that is the expanding flat, and here you've got the bigger one. So the expanding flat here is the complex B, and you're expecting the US dollar ZAR to come around this level. We should see some dollar strength when it comes around this level. So continuation to the downside as far as the US dollar ZAR is concerned there. Right, let's go to the yen peso. We've been saying that the yen peso needs to all continue to drop to the downside. Okay, we're seeing these pullbacks, and that is all that it is really. We are seeing that as a pullback, and we should see this continue to the downside. Likely that we come and break this low here. We already have this structure here on the US dollar yen, 1, 2, 3. This is a 1, 2. Breaks the low here. It's a possibility that we can get a regular flat before continuation to the downside. If we don't come to this level, then we can just continue to the downside. So we're at least now watching for this one to continue lower. Indicators showing us we will at least come back to this level on US dollar yen. Pound yen, bearish as well. We have made a push to the upside. If you remember, pound yen, we've been saying that this is the structure that we're looking at here. We just need to figure out when this one completes. So, but what we're seeing here is that we have got this 1, 2, 3 wave structure here. Is that all that there is here? Let's just have a look at this one differently. Let's just have a look at this one. This one has made a move here in 1, 2, and a 3. All right, now you've got this one having made here a move 1, 2, and a 3. Now there's a likelihood that you can get here in the yellow a move up here in 1, 2, and a 3 before you get a move to the downside. Now that will be your W, and the purple will be your X. Okay, complex X there, and then you can have this one as a Y. Powerful way to trade this. If you get blue box here, powerful move to get many pips to the downside here on pound yen. So let's see how that one will play out. Euro yen, same. We're expecting a continuation to the downside. We are seeing this corrective structure here. Look at euro yen, pretty much clear there. We've got this one, 1, 2, and a 3. Is it time for euro yen to continue pushing lower? Very likely that we continue with this, and then we start seeing that, as you can see here, a nice WXY corrective structure. So many WXY corrective structures. That means in the next couple of days, we should be seeing some really good moves coming to the downside. That is euro yen. Chief yen, let's have a look here. We'll be looking at a structure like this, similar to euro yen really. Let's see here. There's a corrective structure, but this is a single move to the upside. This is a pull back, 1, 2, 3, likely to get a push to the upside to give us a structure like this. But it's too premature to predict this one. But let's see here. Likely, I'm expecting that in this week at least to start making a move here to the downside on chief yen. All right, so that is chief yen, CAD yen. The same, expecting continuation to the downside. Even if there's that pullback, I'm still expecting, if that is the pullback, this has broken the low, so you can have this one as a running flat, even if it turns here, but I'll expect it to at least come around here. Then we have at least a regular flat, and then continuation to the downside on CAD yen. New Zealand, easy. We are still seeing the corrective structure. Is it complete? So we are seeing this one as a move up here. This is a 3-wave move here. Is this complete as a regular flat or a running flat? We'll at least want to see a bit of a push to the upside before coming down on New Zealand yen. Audi yen. So most of the yen pairs will expect them to continue lower. Even if we see a bit of a push to the upside, we'll still expect it to continue to the downside. Right, so those are all the yen pairs. Now, if you're expecting the yen pairs to come down, you're expecting gold to continue pushing to the upside. So we are currently in a corrective structure here as far as gold is concerned. We can come down here. So remember here, we had a move up, we had a move there, and we're having this complex B corrective structure here within gold. So that means we're going to be sideways for quite some time here, for a couple of first few days of the start of the week before we see a continuation to the upside, because we need to build this structure. So important to sit on your hands while the market is not moving. Okay, so you need to know when you should be trading, when you should be sitting on your hands. Silver, the same. We expect silver to continue pushing to the upside. I'm going to put this on the daily. We'll expect this to continue pushing to the upside here. So we've made this move here on silver. So what I showed last week on silver was that we've got this running flat that made 1, 2, and a 3, and we've started a move to the upside. And this looks like it's going to be making an impulsive move going to the upside. So for now, we are pushing to the upside. You could see silver at least doing that and continue to the upside, but can just go up straight. So for now, you don't want to go into that move if you have not taken it from the lower levels. You want it to give you an opportunity to enter first. Do not chase the market. Similarly, platinum. We should see platinum into the coming week at least push. This is a clear indication that platinum in the coming week, you're going to see this one continue to the upside. We've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 back. Likely you get another 1, 2, 3 back to at least come and retest the previous high there. Okay, so that is what you're going to be looking out for on platinum. Brent crude oil, a bit of a pullback, but as I've indicated, Brent crude oil is on a deep bearish move. So any pullback that you see on oil, you just look out for that indication of a WXY, then you will be WX and the Y. You look for those pullbacks on oil for a continuation move to the downside. We are on a long-term bearish move as far as oil is concerned, right? So that's what we're looking at. Let's look at the pound pairs. The pound pairs, nothing special. I have indicated that whatever you get on the pound pairs, and I'm not going to spend time on this, these are bullish. Any opportunity you get for buying this, you just do that. That is pound Audi, and that's what we've been saying. I've been saying that since October last year, since September last year, when we had this impulsive move. So we had the corrective structure there, and we've been on an uptrend since. So look out for that to continue pushing to the upside, and don't chase it without an opportunity to trade or an opportunity for a trade setup. Okay, now we've got New Zealand. So New Zealand looks to be pulling back here. We should be seeing a bit of a pullback here before any continuation to the upside. And unlike pound Audi, this one still needs to pull back before continuing to the upside. Pound CAD, a simple structure really. You've got this one here, also bullish, but we are making this corrective structure here. You've got this structure here. You've got this one. A perfect example of a complex B correction where you're expecting these to be one, or pulse move up, 3 waves up, pull back, before you get a continuation of that original move to the upside. A clear example of an ABC corrective structure. This is not an WXY, this is an ABC corrective structure. What is the difference? That is what we show in our course. And this is key to trading, knowing when to trade ABC, WXY, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the lot, okay? So that's what we're looking at on pound CAD. Look out for opportunities to take this one to the downside to at least come back and retest these levels. Okay, so that is pound CAD. Pound chief. Pound chief, similarly, last week we wanted to see this one break out of this corrective structure. It is not ready to break out as yet. We are going to see pound chief pull back in this coming week, at least back to those levels. So that means this corrective structure we are going to look at again after we've seen the move to the downside and see which structure is making, but we should see that pull back. Let's go to the euro pairs. Last week we said the euro, because we're saying the pound pairs are going to be pushing up higher, we expected this one to continue lower. But what we're seeing here is that this has made a move. Even if it's a move to the downside, we should just be making this structure. When the pound resumes their move to the upside, we should see this one come down again, and then you'll have this one as a three-wave move. Three-wave move up. Expect the same three-wave move around here on euro pound. Euro chief. Right, so Euro Chief, a very good example of a complex B correction. You've got a pulsing move, you've got 1, 2, and a 3, and you're looking at this one as an expanding flat. This is a move to the upside. Yes, you can have this one coming to retest this low here before you push to the upside, but otherwise it is bullish. And if you see here, you've got this three-wave structure here on Euro Chief, 1, 2, 3. So you've got here 1, 2, 3 as well. You've got here also 1, 2, 3. So you can see that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in purple. It's a textbook setup for this to continue to the upside. WXY, and then we're looking for this one to continue to the upside, and you will have this one here looking like an ABC corrective structure in the higher degree. So we'll be looking for this one. Is this an AB or is it a 1, 2? Doesn't matter. All we know is that after that, this should continue pushing to the upside. At least come break this top here. Those are the euro pairs. We still have euro CAD. Euro CAD, it's very strong divergence here. If you look at the RSI, there's very strong divergence, as you can see. Look at the green line. The green line is your RSI. This one has been making higher highs. Before I even talk about the Elliott-Wave structure, it's been making higher highs, but you can see that the indicator, that is the RSI, is not confirming that move. So we look for pullback. So now some people, when I show the RSI divergence, think that I'm showing you the stock, the RSI, I mean to say our indicator. Here, I'm simply showing you divergence. Anybody knows divergence, RSI divergence or MACD divergence. This is not the indicator that I'm to keep talking about, our powerful indicator that is integrated to the Elliott-Wave theory that we use for execution of trades. This is not what I'm talking about. Here, I'm just showing you simple divergence. Okay, so there's divergence, so expect a pullback, at least 3 waves around here on Euro CAD. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand, you should see a pullback here. Expect a pullback. You've got a move here, you've got a move here, corrective structure. So if you're going to see another leg up higher, we'll see this one break down to the bottom here. We should see that come test the top here. Those are the euros, and then the rest is, okay, we've got Euro Audi as well. Euro Audi. Okay, so you've got also some kind of divergence here, but this is pretty much strong. So you see a pullback here where you see a continuation to the upside. Where does that come from? Let's show the whole structure here. Let me show that on the weekly as well. So on the weekly, I want to show you why we are long-term upside on Euro Audi. So we've got this move here on Euro Audi in 3 waves. It's a long 3-wave move, and it looks like that move has ended, and we are now on this one. So we can push to the upside almost up to the 61.8% before we get a pullback and a continuation to the upside. That's what we are looking at here. Why are we looking at it like that? Because we've got this structure here, we've got this corrective structure. So we want to see this. I'm not going to show you now how this completes, okay, because that is key to how we trade. If you remember, every start of the year, I show how we forecasted the market. We focused this in January already. So in January, we already know how the market is going to play out for the rest of the year using the Elliott-Wave theory. Okay, now let's have a look at Audi New Zealand. I'm not going to go through all the crosses. I'm going to go to the indices after this so you can look at the crosses. So I've shown you last week how we forecasted this 3-wave move, all of it, and how this is going to continue to the downside. Okay, so that is still the case. We're still expecting this to continue pushing to the downside. Right, so that is Audi New Zealand. Let's go Audi CAD. Bearish. Broken here. We had here, we spoke about these 3 waves here, pull back. We are on a downtrend, should come down to around this level for continuation to the downside. It's bearish. I'm not going to go through all the crosses. Audi Chief. Now with Audi Chief, what you're seeing here, Audi chief, look at this structure. One, there's three waves that is happening there. That is likely going to do that. You can still have that structure, and you can still have this one coming down here to break this low. To break this low like that, we're going to have this one here doing that, and then move to the downside. All right, so that's what we have there. Let's have a look how this is going to play out. Now, if you look at this, you've got this move, we've got this move. Let's mark this in yellow. Let's mark this in yellow. So you would have this one as A, B, and C. And you will have this one here, WXY in the lower degree. All right, so what you'll see this week is that most of the market is correcting. So as I've been saying, you need to sit on your hand, wait for these corrective structures to build, because what you don't want to do is to trade these short moves. You need at least the bigger moves, and especially the bigger moves. That is what you're looking to trade, okay? So be careful not to jump into these short moves, as they are very high risk moves. I'm going to go straight to CAD Chief. CAD Chief, it's a 1, it's a 2, it's a 3 here. Should this one make a move to the upside here? Come take this top here. Will it come back here for another leg to the upside before we have this regular flat here, where you will then have this having completed a 1 and then a move like that? So that will be your A, B, C corrective structure here. And then you're looking for that one to complete that structure. Okay, so let's go to the indices S&P 500. What we were seeing last week was the possibility of the S&P 500 having been making a structure like this before coming down, but it seems like we're still pushing to the upside with a strong move. And if that is the case, what you're going to be seeing here is that you're going to have a move like this here on the S&P 500. This is a pullback here in 3 waves, at least back to around 440 area, and then that will be confirming or completing a structure that will possibly look like this. That will be a W, that will be your X up to that level before having another leg to the upside. So let's see here if we're getting that WXY here, but for now, let's see how this move progresses to the upside. That structure will be similar to the Dow Jones Industrial as well, as we'll be seeing here, this 1, 2, 3. Expect the Dow Jones Industrial to come around these levels as well. As you can see, it's the same structure here with 3 waves. Let's do that. So with 3 waves, so W and X here. Whether this one takes the top, if it takes the top, that will just mean that the bigger structure will be a regular flat. Whether this one becomes 5, it must be actually rather become a 3-way structure before we see a move to the upside. That'll be a WXY structure. Internally here, you're going to have this 1, 2, 3X. Right, so let's watch that going into the new week. So short-term strength here on the indices. Okay, is the same with the Dow Jones Transportation. You are simply looking for this 3-wave structure. You already have the 3 waves here. This is a 3-wave structure. This is a 3-wave structure. You want to see this 3-wave structure as well. You want to see this 3 up, 3 back, and 3 up, because we already have this one having started a move here with this 1, 2, and the 3. So again, WX, that's what we're looking for. Whether we're going to come down for a Y, that remains to be seen. For now, we're just looking at this move going to the upside for the next couple of days. DAX, the NASDAQ. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ on the 4-hour, let's put this on the daily as it has been so that we can see the structure properly. So the DAX has made 5-wave moves to the downside. And again, we are seeing similar. It looks like this could be a leading diagonal in wave A, where we already have this as a move, leg A. This could be the first diagonal of the first leg of this WX. So this will be an A, this will be a B, and we get a C here, corrective structure with an impulse. Now that will make an AB corrective structure. So let's see if we're going to have a pullback, but it looks like we're having a diagonal here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should see a pullback in 3 before pushing to the upside on the NASDAQ. DAX. So the DAX, we have always been wanting to see this structure here. Will it still play out? This is the structure which we're looking at on the DAX, where we're looking for this one to be doing this pulse move, this corrective structure, and a move down here before pushing to the upside. But if we continue pushing to the upside, that structure is going to be invalidated, because then if it's invalidated, it simply means that this is all a correction on the DAX. And if we break the top here, we just want to see this pullback before pushing to the upside. But let's keep an eye on that. We monitor it and see how that plays out. The Nikkei as well has been in this corrective structure here with 3 waves to the upside, and it looks like we've got this one as 3 waves back. Are we going to get another 3 waves to the upside? We are still on this structure that we've been looking at from last year, 2021, that has been building. So we could be looking at this as a W or X here. So what we're seeing here is that this one is going to continue to the upside after making this corrective structure here, after making this corrective structure here, where this is a 1, 2, 3. This is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and a 3. We expect that to be a WXY in the lower degree than the purple, though, because you already have that purple. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there, and then the purple will complete to have a structure like that. Nifty, we expected it to come here, to have made a move here like this in 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. Has made a pulsing move here like that. There's made a pulsing move. Will it start now pushing to the upside? It looks likely that we can push to the upside, and that the structure that we had focused on the Nifty, where we're looking for this one to have made another 3 waves and down to retest the low, does not look like we're going to retest the low. It looks like the Nifty is ready for a move to the upside with this structure. That will change that view. All right, let's have a look at the Bitcoin. Let's go to the cryptocurrencies. Our theme last week, if you look on the our video, we said, is it time to invest in crypto again? So we have started with a move up here with Bitcoin. So 2-3 weeks back, we're looking at this one to making a 3-wave structure for Bitcoin so that we can get one more move to the downside before we continue pushing to the upside. We are pretty much bullish on the cryptocurrencies, so much that we are likely to see Bitcoin come back and at least reset the area here at about 61% of this whole move at 40,000. We can't see 40,000 again as far as Bitcoin. We will need to monitor the structure in which it's going to form in getting there. Will it get here as a 3 waves? So these are 3 waves here, 1, 2, 3. Can we get another 3 waves back and another 3 waves to the upside? If it does that structure, that means that it's all on Bitcoin, and then we're going to see the resumption of the move to the downside. But it looks pretty much passive. If you get an opportunity to take it to 40,000 from around these levels, you should do that. Ethereum. Now, Ethereum, similarly, we want to see this. If it comes back to around 2,200, it would have made this structure. Now, that would be the decider whether it is time to invest in crypto. If it makes this structure and we start seeing continuation to the downside, that means crypto is not ready, and we'll need to keep selling again. But we just want to see Ethereum get to 2,000, depending on the structure in which it's going to form. Whether this is the start of a 1, 2, 3 to the upside, then that we still need to look at that. We still need to see how this is going to form going to the upside. That is on Ethereum. Litecoin showing strength as well after that big corrective structure. So we are seeing strength on Litecoin. We're seeing these moves here. Very strong divergence on the RSI. So we are seeing this as a 3-wave structure here on the daily, and Litecoin is going to push to the upside. Can we see 150 on Litecoin? Very likely. 150 we can see on Litecoin. And lastly, on the cryptos, I'm going to look at Ripple. Ripple, we are looking for XRP to be giving us 3 up, 3 back, 3 up, almost completing this structure. Again, that will be the decider when we get to this level. Is this a three-way for one leg down, or is this the start of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside? That remains to be seen as far as crypto is concerned. All right, guys, that's all I have for you this week. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so, and hit that bell notification button so that you can get an alert the next time we upload a video. Have a great week, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.